Thank you. Far too kind.
Hello.
Welcome, one and all, to Dating University. And here we discuss the good,
The bad
and the ugly.
of all things dating and relationships.
Absolutely. Thank you, one and all, for joining us whenever it is that you're catching us, whether it's live, whether it's later on, or whether it's the audio and for your podcast listening, for your commutes and all that other stuff. We want to make sure we get our housekeeping things done like we always do. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure if you ever feel so inclined to buy some of the merch, it is for your availability on all of our socials. Click the link in the description. And hey, Brittany, how are you?
Hi. I am here. I'm going to be honest. I am here. Yeah. After so many days of working and not getting paid, it tends to weigh on you a little bit.
Oh, without question.
I'm here. I'm here. How are you?
I'm kind of the same. Not as far as, to the extent of like where you guys are. And we're praying for you guys, and we're hoping for a resolution very soon. Hoping the quote unquote powers that be get their head out of their butts and get it together.
Get it together for sure.
Get it together. I understand the reasoning behind why the stand is what the stand is, but those on the other side have all the levers and can pull them whenever they feel like.
Exactly.
But to answer your question, I'm okay.
Good.
I'm on the mend a little bit, man. I'm getting too old to be jacking myself up, Britt. I'm probably.
What happened? Did you break something?
I ain't break nothing, thank God, knock on wood. But it felt like it. It felt.
Oh no!
It felt like it. I took a trip. I tripped. I caught myself, but then overcompensated another way, and then leaned in too hard. The bottom. So I'm.
Were you? Are you hurting?
Man, listen, I need a plug on a muscle relaxers or something.
Listen, if I even sleep wrong, I will never forget one day I was waking up and I was stretching, and I think I stretched my neck too far, and I felt a pop.
Ooh,
and I said, "Yep, neck spasm." So I'm turning like with my entire body because it hurt so bad. And
like, I'm like Batman and like.
Right. But when you're in your 20s, you can be in a pickle and you are fine.
Yeah, my bounce back was real back then.
The minute I turn 40, it's like if I even step off the bed wrong, you hear like a crack, and it's just like, you know what? Let me just try again tomorrow.
Absolutely.
My body is talking to me saying, Britt, it's just not a day. It's not today.
Listen, I need an oil change. I need my spark plugs redone.
Yes.
I need new brakes.
A prayer, miracles, something. Because good grief. Good grief.
Everything.
But we're here. We're here on the best day of the week. We're here on the best podcast in the world. I am here with the best co-host in the universe.
Woo! Come on now.
Okay. Just making sure y'all knew out there.
Come on.
Viewing and listening. I hope y'all know that.
Indeed. Man, so what are we talking about tonight, Brittany?
What are we talking about tonight?
Talking about finding the one. And we're going to dive into a little bit, details about it. But we're more focused on the pressure to find the one, to be in a relationship, to get married. We're going to talk about that. Because I don't think we talk about that too much.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is a good opportunity to kind of get into that, especially since we're right in the beginnings of cuffing season. Kind of going to the holidays, and you got to go around family, and they're expecting you to bring someone, or you got Friendsgiving, you got parties, you got all these different things. New Year's Eve is coming up very, very soon, and it's a stressful time for people, for single people. And people probably think, well, y'all married, no, we lived it. We know what it's like. We know what it's like to not have nobody on these quote unquote special occasions, and you go solo dolo to the parties and gatherings and so forth. And it's all good at first, but then towards the end of the evening, you see everybody kind of like couple up, and you just kind of there.
Yeah. And people may not always remind you that you're single. Some do. But like Charles said, you have holidays, you have, gatherings, you have special events that will remind you, oh, I am single. I mean, not even just around, cuffing season, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, but then you have Valentine's Day, where you have this societal pressure to be in a romantic relationship. If you even mention Galentine's, people kind of give you this stank face, because it seems like it's a new phenomenon that, people say, oh, women probably made up because they were single and couldn't find a man. If people don't tell you that you're single, society will remind you that you are. And so this evening, we're going to talk about the societal, the familial pressures in finding the one.
Have you
Charles,
ever? Go ahead. What's your question?
I was going to ask you for an opening question. When was your first introduction to the institution of marriage? How old were you when you found out about marriage and what it was?
That's a great question. I think I understood marriage when let me say, I was first introduced to the idea of marriage when my parents were getting a divorce.
Whew.
Yeah. Like that's when I knew it was, at such a young age, you just know mommy and daddy, But then when it wasn't going to be mommy and daddy, that's when it was like, what do you mean you're not going to be together? Like, huh? I don't get that. That doesn't make sense. So I think that was like one of the first times I was introduced to the concept of marriage.
Yeah. I think my first core memory may have been watching The Cosby Show or Family Matters. My mom wasn't married, so I feel like TV taught me what marriage looked like. And thankfully, in those two examples, those were two healthy examples, healthy and happy examples. So I knew it was something that involved a man and a woman. And this is me as a child. But I also knew that it was something that was positive because there was always smiles and laughter. So I knew that was something that I would want. But I knew it was something that happened when I became older. I said, oh, those are grown-ups. So this happens when you are an adult. That's what I knew about marriage.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I think, like you said, like watching The Cosby Show, like as a kid, that showed me that those are really, healthy relationships, And I was just like, man, they got a good, they got a dope family. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
hey, like I think that was like one of the coolest things to see.
Yeah.
So yeah. That was the first, I would say, positive introduction.
Yeah.
It's like watching, the Black families on TV. Like,
right. For sure.
So have you had any like weird, real ridiculous instances where, you've been like putting them on the spot of like, when are you gonna get married, or when you gonna get together with someone?
Yeah. The first core memory that I can recall of people being really intrusive on my dating life was when I decided to take Ania, who you all know is my best friend, to my prom junior year. People at church and adults around were legitimately confused that I wanted to take my best friend and did not want to take a date. And I think that was the first time where I felt pressure to be romantic with someone, to have a boyfriend or to have a guy that I could say, oh, no, I'm not lesbian. I do like boys. So here, this is him right here. But that was probably the first instance. The second one didn't happen too much farther behind. I had a horrible habit of sucking my finger. I sucked my right index finger. And I went to the dentist, and I remember it was a man. And my mother had tried everything to get me to stop sucking my finger. The acetone, the hot sauce, the putting a Band-Aid over it, nothing helped. But this dentist, told me, you won't get a husband if you keep doing that. And I remember it was like a light bulb came on. And I instantly just stopped.
Interesting.
I instantly stopped.
It's interesting. That is wild. That
yeah,
happened.
I'll never forget that. I instantly stopped because in my mind, I attributed sucking my finger to now taking away from my outward appearance, which would deter men from wanting to be in a relationship with me, meaning I would never get married. So that was like the ultimate, get Brittany to stop sucking her finger tactic, and it worked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How have you processed that? Like, have you?
I'm a child, so I think processing feelings isn't something that registered on my list of things to do as a child. It was just kind of like, oh, really? Okay, as a matter of fact type of thing. And for me as a child, I'm raised to be obedient to adults that talk to me. So if this is a doctor and he specializes in teeth, this is my dentist, then I think he knows what he's talking about. So if he's saying stop sucking my finger so that I can, be attractive and have a man want to marry me, then by all means, done.
Yeah.
And I don't think my mother even knows like what caused me to stop sucking my finger. As cold turkey as I did. It was like, it was like immediately once I left that dentist office, you couldn't pay me to suck my finger anymore. I tried like every so often.
As a comfort thing or whatever.
Yeah, every so often I would try. It feels so unnatural to me. Gotcha. It feels so unnatural. Even if I'm super stressed. I have other comfort techniques that are soothing for me that other people may not understand, that a few people know close to me. But the finger one, I'll never go back to that for some reason. I just can't.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a life-defining thing.
Yeah. Two things definitely. The first one questioned my sexuality, and it made me very self-conscious. Because to think of the duality, not to get too deep into this because we have a show to do, but here you have in the church, you're preaching purity and abstinence. So shouldn't you not want me to go with a romantic partner to a dance wouldn't you want me to go with my best girlfriend? But because I went to an all-girls school, you had that misconception from some ignorant, small-minded people that instead of being heterosexual and being loose with men, I'm now homosexual and this, being sexually involved with the women around me. And so it was just so funny that you would rather me go with a guy and have the risk of me engaging in sexual activity than me actually going with my best friend knowing we're going to have an innocent, good time. I was just very confused. Now that was an instance where I did have, this innocent thought of, can I do anything right? Like I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing because as someone in high school, you look at these situations like proms and homecomings. If you think about it, these are very adult-like structures. If you think about it, you have boys asking girls to homecoming. That's like a proposal. So we're already starting this marital dynamic early on in our childhood. It's like things like that are ingrained in us as young as being in elementary, middle, high school. Even on Valentine's Day, give your crush a flower. And it's like, we're already promoting relationships early on. And then when we do engage, then it's like they're being way too grown.
It's weird, that double standard of,
it's chastity, so weird. And then
do all the things except the thing.
Exactly. Especially going to prom, and then you have after prom, like, oh, come home at 1 or 2. It's okay. But then if you knew what some people were actually doing, would you still let your child go out? So it was.
Or you just doing a regular night, like, hey, I'm hanging out.
Yeah. So I think, the first instance taking a knee, they questioned my sexuality. And then, now looking at my physical, going to this dentist, like, okay, so in order to get married, I have to be perfect. As a woman, I have to, look the part and be perfect. So, yeah.
That is something.
Yeah.
That is something. Whew, I feel like that's a whole nother show.
What about you? Like what about you? Were there any like wild moments in your childhood or you being exposed to people asking, when you getting a girlfriend, when you getting married?
I would say a couple times. It was after I had broke up with my first real girlfriend after like 3+ years or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was on my own. Had my own spot. I was chilling. I was dating, but I wasn't bringing anybody around. The family or the friends. So a couple people were thinking that I was by myself, like I don't have anyone.
Really?
And I'm like, no, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like I was really
I'm good.
Like I was really low key with it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't. I wasn't being flashy with it. I wasn't trying to be, whatever. I've had some spells where I myself it was a drought, like nothing was really biting, what I'm saying? I really wasn't like attracting anyone in. So I took that as my time to kind of just chill and just, love on me, do what I need to do and focus on me. But just, it wasn't horrible where, someone was like, like when you gonna bring somebody. I'm trying to think. I want to say my mom did it one time, but I was just like, "Mom, good." Like I'm chilling. Like I would show her pictures. Like Mom, good. Like I'm good. Had a little roster. You know what I mean?
Woo!
But I don't think I was like super pressured. I was more pressured as like
I'm very thankful.
Of wanting to have like kids or something like that. Like, like it was more that than anything. But as far as relationships, or getting married, it didn't really hit me specifically until I was like in my mid-30s for real.
Really?
Yeah. I won't say like my mid-30s when I was just like, okay, Charles, you've been outside for quite a while. What you gonna do?
Really?
You
I think
stay in
my
the
age
field?
was a lot younger. Yeah.
I was thinking like, I was like, you gonna stay in the field or you gonna be, you gonna try to find somebody. And I think it was around like my 30s when I really like, I decided like, okay, let me be more intentional about like who I'm dating, who I'm seeing, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It didn't always work out that way.
That's so fascinating. Yeah. That's fascinating.
Yeah, it didn't always work out that way, but yeah, no, it was cool. Yeah, like my 30s, my early 30s when it really kind of like.
That's crazy, Charles. I was like 21 when I felt the pressure to get married. I went to a predominantly white school, and it's like these folk go to college to get married. Like, you have people getting engaged sophomore year. You have families it looked like crossbreeding. Like, wait, you're an engineer, you're pre-med, y'all should date. Like, just seeing all of the pairings, in college, and then you have me, the black girl, and were there any black guys there I even wanted to marry? No. So I knew my husband wasn't at college. I knew that. And so for me to come home, I think I only had one comment like, so if you ain't find your man in college, girl, like, what are you going to do? And that's when I felt like a sense of doom, like maybe that person's right, because a lot of my friends had met their mates and were starting to get married. And then, like Patrice said, they're taught to marry early and to marry for economic gain.
For economic gain, for childbearing,
for that too.
All the little things, like, get married, have your babies within like the year or so after you got married,
right?
Get your house, blah 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 blah. But yeah, that's a lot of pressure for some folk.
It's a lot of pressure, but I also think about like culturally and racially, like the differences between.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like my mom preached. My mom was never the type like, girl, get married, get your man. She said, come home, get your degree, come home, find a job, establish your career. Everything else will fall into place. That's how I was raised. And so being raised like that, and then having people in my ear, like, so when you get married, like when you having kids, like my 20s, I was in a long-term relationship and I knew that was my husband. So I didn't feel so much pressure because I'm like, oh, I'm already with my guy. But then we broke up. I'm 20. What year was that? I'm 28, 27. So now I'm starting to feel a little antsy because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know where I got this in my mind. I don't know where I got it from, but I felt like I'm approaching 30. If I ain't meet my husband by then, it's a wrap. I think, and if you're watching this, Black women, let me know if you felt the same way too. I felt like being almost 30 and unmarried was like 50.
Because that is how
old, and you might as well accept your fate as like the woman that's going to be the auntie with the god kids and the nephews.
No, seriously, that's how it's presented to a lot of people. It's that you'll be used up. You're used goods. You're not a childbearing age. Everything is going to be
right.
Everything's is high risk now.
Everything is high risk. I think
and it's so crazy, that didn't even. I mean, yeah, it was always there, but then around like 2010 on, it became this huge thing of like women are used up by the age of 30. Get a younger woman. And I'm like, why?
It's hard. It's
I
very
mean, because
hard.
that was pressure to me. Because I was thinking at first, I fell into it at first. I was just like, oh, hey, maybe I should get somebody young.
Right.
And then I wound up getting somebody young, and I was just like, what the hell am I doing?
But you know what?
So stupid to me. And it was, you know, it was so
it's rough.
My wake up call. And she'll probably see it because we've been cool for like years. Her I went to go take her home one time, and her baby daddy, young little fool, he wanted to fight me. I'm like, bro, if I get out this car, you're not going home. Like, you're not going home, young man. So I you know what I'm saying? I had to stay like in my car. You know, sometimes some people will probably be like, oh man, there's some suckers. I'm like, no, I didn't want to bury nobody's son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That night. So yeah, after that, it was just like, okay, all right. Tried the young girl thing. And let me go back to my age bracket.
Yeah. I think about, age, right? And my dating wasn't even intentional from 27 to 30. It wasn't dating out of intention. It was dating out of desperation. And that's a hard pill to swallow because you're looked at as you're approaching 30. You're not even in a prospective marriage type of dynamic. So you're just out here single. Like, what's wrong with you? So in comes the feeling of self-doubt and unworthiness, which drove me to then try to find companionship to just shut the noise.
Yeah.
If I just get with someone and we post a picture or two, they'll leave me alone. Like, that was where my mindset was between 27 and 30. Not caring about the health of the relationship, not caring about the optics. I just cared about just the outward appearance.
Yeah.
Are you a guy? Okay, let's get together. Like, can we have a conversation? Cool. But that's why I had a bunch of like popcorn relationships that would last like 2 or 3 months. But then the pattern of posting temporary people, I'm now starting to look like, girl, can you keep a man?
I got a new one every year. Like,
right. So I'm like, okay, I have the companionship, but now people think I can't keep a man. So now I really need to start dating with purpose. So then when I turned 30, that's when a sense of maturity came in. Like, you know what? I'm not really doing well with what I've been doing. So I need to kind of switch things up a bit. 30, 31, I got to a phase where, I had little situationships here and there, but I really got into a space of being truly single. Like, I'm tired of being frustrated with these. These men are losers beyond losers, and I'm bringing myself down just to have a guy. Please. These men are blessed to even have me in their presence. That's how losery they were. Losery, I made up a word. That's how much of a loser they were. And not saying individually they're not losers, but with me, they were losers. You can have two good people not make a good relationship. And together, we were just not good. And so I said, you know what? I'm tired of being frustrated. So I'm just going to be by myself because I don't frustrate myself. I love being by myself. So I would go to dinner by myself. I would go out to clubs by myself. I would go to a lounge by myself. I even traveled by myself and had the time of my life.
I don't know. I feel like I feel like that's something that a woman can do and the empowerment is given to the woman for doing that kind of thing, taking yourself out and, going on trips by yourself and everything. A guy does it, it's like, all right, who's the creep? Why is he outside? Why is he sitting down and eating a meal by himself? Like, that's weird.
Really? I've never even had time to even notice a guy by himself. I mean, it's rare that I see it, but I'm not saying it hasn't been done. But I just be so focused on me.
No, I get that. No, I get that.
Yeah.
Someone says, now at 45, I feel like I wasted my good dating years on foolishness.
Patrice, listen, let me tell you. Granted, him and I are cool. But I'm going to tell this story. Him and I are cool. But when we dated, that man pissed me off. Yeah. Royally pissed me off. And he could be watching this. That's fine. We're cool. Know that we are cool. But man, in 2016, you pissed me off. When I say I wasted, my birthday means everything to me. My birthday means everything to my family. I remember my mom was like, I haven't met your boyfriend. And we had been dating for a few months. And I said, okay, I think May 1st would be a good day to meet him. I told her all about him. For me to tell my mom about you, you have to be special.
Yeah.
So that meant something. So May 1st, I take him to meet her. And she's like, so what do you have planned for my daughter's birthday? Birthday means a lot. And my mom will go all out. I mean, she would come to pick us up from school. We could be off for the rest of the day. It carried over into my adulthood where I would take off of work. Like, my mom instilled in me that day is a holiday. Your existence matters. So make sure that people around you celebrate you as well. Mm-hmm. And so I will never forget, he met my mom. And so she told him, like, look, the birthday matters, whatever, blah, blah. And he's like, oh yeah, I got her. My birthday comes. This man wishes me a happy birthday at 7:04. Ask what we did.
What did you do?
Did I get a Facebook shout out? Did I get an Instagram post? Did I get a birthday call?
It was a text.
I got nothing.
Okay.
So what did I do? Went out with another man. And I called him and said, look, it's over. I done went out with somebody else. And he said, I deserve that. I said, you know what? I'm good on you. We didn't talk for years. We're definitely cool now. We're cordial. We speak. Yeah. But he was a shitty boyfriend. Yeah. I wasted my time with him. And just to think about, like Patrice said, to think about some of the people I gave access to out of desperation to fulfill societal, demands of being with somebody, I get pissed off at myself.
I totally get that, dating out of desperation, like I said, for me, it wasn't even the pressure to be in a relationship. It was just more a line of, I see everyone else in a relationship. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's a different kind of pressure. And I think we're going to get to that in a little bit. And it was just like, damn, like I want that. Like, I can have company. You know what I'm saying? I can have someone warm my bed. I can have someone that I can go grab a bite with or whatever. But for those days and those nights where you're stuck in your own head and your heart hurts a little bit and you want that emotional connection with someone and it's not there available to you. I often think about Andre 3000's album Love Below, and he has this one song where it's like the love below starts talking to you. You go through the Rolodex, you like, damn, Keisha not home, Katie not home. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because you're not tied to nobody, so that person is not tied to you either, right? So you get this you get this fear, I think you want to call it, of like being by yourself.
Yeah.
And that can really, really mess you up if you let it. Because you start to think of yourself as unworthy, unlovable, unneeded, unwanted.
Yeah.
And nothing is further from the truth. It's just that you haven't met your person yet, or you're not in a space to take on the responsibility.
Yeah.
Of being with someone, because there are things within yourself that you gotta fix. Like I knew me. I didn't want it. I was like, nah, I'm good.
You like hit it on the tail. You hit it on the head.
I can get company. That's easy peasy. And that's where the immature mind was. You know, back then it was just like I equated, you know, the conquest with the happiness. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, I can get somebody that I'm good. I'm happy. And I'm like, are you happy? Are you really happy? Or are you just trying to fill a hole that you can't fill nowhere else?
You know, as a woman. Oh, true, Derry. You keep meeting the wrong people and think that it is you. Yes. And that's precisely why I took a break, because I'm like, when you've been to here's the thing. Like you said, Charles, some people have a sense of immaturity that is unresolved, which is why they can't, you know, keep or sustain a partnership. I did the work. I went to therapy. I did inward looking. I did the work that was necessary to be an adequate and effective partner. When I knew that I was in a space to be that, that's when I said, you know what? It's not me. At this point, like, I'm literally doing step by step of what the therapist is telling me to do in this type of environment, in this situation. If this person is not following me or not with me, they're not my person. So I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm not worthy. I'm just going to say, you're not my person. Scurry on.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's hard because, you know, as a woman and with the societal pressure, the number one thing that I have to worry about to be a good partner boiled down to my looks. I have to look good.
Wow.
Let's keep it 100. Like,
listen,
the first thing somebody sees is your aesthetic. You can have the best personality in the world, but if you don't look good to the common eye of who you're trying to attract, it means nothing. So for the longest time, it's like, lose weight. You know, I have no problem admitting that men that I went to college with, and if you're watching this, you contributed to my hair complex. Black men at my own college degraded me when I wore my natural hair. Read me for filth. I'll never forget walking to get food. And they're like, okay, Erykah Badu. And it wasn't in a complimentary tone. It was degrading.
Yeah, did you know?
My hair was in an afro. And they laughed and they mocked and they ridiculed me to the point I hated my natural hair.
Wow.
If I had an afro, I would straighten it. Yeah. Once I got to the point where I could afford weave, I started wearing weave because there were men that preached long hair. Men that said, I prefer women with long hair. It's amazing how the things that men say when they're in their youth goes out the window when they're older, because the same men I dealt with, I will never forget one man said, you should wear your natural hair. Sir, you're the one who ridiculed me out of it.
Like, what are we talking about?
We're not doing that. Yeah.
We're not doing this.
And so it went from, we want the long straight hair to now we want it natural. So it's like you have women that are not as rooted in their self-esteem and self-confidence that will go out here and make themselves or mold themselves into what men are saying that they want.
Yeah.
You know, Men wanted super thin, like, oh, you're too big. And now we're in this era where men like some meat on the bone, some thickness. So they're going and getting fat transfers. It's like the standard of beauty with women changes with what men like. And I get that women want to attract men. I do. But you're losing a part of yourself trying to keep up. At a certain point, Charles, I stopped. Yeah. I said, I cannot keep up with this. Like, I don't know what men want, so I'm going to do whatever I feel like I like.
Yeah.
I'm going to do what I want. If I want to wear weave, I'm going to wear weave. Men say, well, I prefer natural. Then go find somebody natural. I'm natural. I prefer long hair. Then go find somebody with long hair. I don't like lashes. Then find somebody that doesn't wear them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was so hard keeping up with the look.
And I totally get it. I totally get why women are just, in a state of confusion, and especially when the rise of like Instagram models and all these other things.
Right.
And,
right.
And you get all these men who are just ogling over, these women. And I think it's, again, you brought up the maturity thing as far as like getting older. Like when I was younger, the aesthetics was like everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gotta look a certain way. You gotta have this skin tone. You gotta have this hair length. You gotta have this body shape. You gotta have, thinking back to the movie Boomerang. You know what I'm saying? Like when he wanted this absolute perfect thing, and when that one thing was off, the whole situation was off, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So fast forward, we're in this stage now, and I totally see the what's the word I want to use? I see the dysfunction that women are going through trying to attract men, because that's the squeaky wheel right now, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it from a more mature mindset. I'm like, I don't give a damn about what you know what I'm saying? Like that, the Instagram thing, that might be nice to look at, but there's no way that I can take that seriously.
Yeah. I mean, even with height. So as a woman, I mean, even my own mom taught me this. Not for, and I don't know what she meant by it, but I hold it in here. But she says, when you marry somebody, look at not just who you're marrying, but look at the entire family. Because when it comes to having children, think about the traits they'll pick up. Mm-hmm. So I know I'm not the only woman that got that kind of advice from her peers. So there are some women that are so fixated, and I've never been that type. So, some women want tall children. So in their mind, it's like, you know what? I need to have a tall man. Society has given tall men the attributes that go along with safety.
Yeah.
That go along with dominance.
Yeah.
That goes along with power. Right? So
that's real.
Does it make it right? No, but can you blame women if that's what's being fed to us?
Absolutely not.
Right. How many women do you know are being raised to say, make a lot of money so that you're ready for your partner? I wasn't taught that. Women aren't taught that. If you watch these dating shows, me and Derry were watching a dating show this morning, Pop the Balloon. One of her questions was, how much money do you make?
None of your black ass business.
And when I say every man popped. But Charles, growing up, do you feel like you or guys around you were taught to have a certain amount of money or to have money to be able to attract women to marry?
Yes, because I was getting ready to go back to what you were saying, when you were talking about how, you had to kind of like build up your aesthetic.
Yes.
So to feel like you're attractive. Now, me, who I am, I know I'm not the most handsome man on the planet. I do all right for myself. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side of that, I knew what I was up against. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I knew what I was up against. I knew I wasn't 6 feet tall. I knew I ain't had no six pack. I knew I didn't, I wasn't, I wasn't going to be on Ebony's Man of the Year type situation. Like I knew,
what?
I knew what that was. Like,
you
right?
To the NBA?
No, I wasn't going to go. No, I knew what it was, right? So, what did I do? I overcompensated in other areas. Hello? I had to be funny. I had to be smart. I had to know how to cook. I had to know how to keep a clean place. I had to know how to fix a car. I had to know how to do this. I had to know how to, you know what I'm saying? All these little stupid things that I knew that I felt in my mind that I had to do to make up for the aesthetic part, because I'm living up to someone else's standards instead of my own.
Charles, out of all that you just said, what do you think put you ahead of most men? You named a bunch of skills you could do. What's that one skill that I'm trying to see if you can follow me. What's that one skill that you named that puts you in a league of almost your own?
Oof. I don't know. Funny. Cook.
You could cook.
Ah!
You get into a relate. Derry is the first man, mind you, to those watching and listening, I am 40 years old. I have dated most of my life. I started dating when I was 16. Derry is the only and the first man that I was in a relationship with that knows how to cook.
Wow. Wow.
The first thing he did for me was cook. That put him in a league of his own. That's what got him a second date off the bat. I ain't have to lift a pot or pan. Yes. To those watching, Charles can cook. Charles can cook. He can make a mean buffalo chicken dip. He can make a mean lasagna. He can make a mean chili. He can cook. Mm-hmm. Amen. Because the willful ignorance, the selective capabilities. When you talk about a stove and produce, they're like, what?
Yeah.
You do it so much better.
Yeah.
When you find men that can cook, they're changing the game out here. Because we have these gender roles along with marriage. Growing up, they said, Brittany, know how to cook. Brittany, make sure you know how to clean. Brittany, make sure you know how to iron. Brittany, make sure you know how to sew. Make sure you know how to do household things so that you can snag your husband. Because they're going to need you. Don't worry about the money. They'll be the breadwinners. So that traditional aspect is what also has a lot of us still in a chokehold. But what I love about society now is that we are changing the rules right now. There are men that cook better than their women. Mm-hmm. There are women that make more than their men. Mm-hmm. There are women that are more educated than their men. Mm-hmm. There are men that are more domesticated than their women. And I love that. I love that.
Yeah. No, Darius, that was so real, yo. Like, I cooked for everyone I dated.
There's an anomaly. He's a
and you know, it was just like it was one of those things where it was just like, oh my God, you can't do it. And it was just like, after a while, I picked up on it. I was just like, oh, you're using me. Yeah. I see.
Can I ask you a question, Charles?
Talk to me.
What made you want to learn how to cook? Who taught you how to cook?
One, it was my grandma. My grandma and my mom. Watching them sitting in the kitchen, they were doing their thing, and it was always coming out with some bomb food, whatever, right? So, that stuck with me.
Did they invite you into the kitchen, or did you ask?
No, they invited me into the kitchen because they were, at the time, I was really, really young.
I love
that. And it was more like, you need to learn how to cook. You need to learn how to cook.
I love that.
You need to learn how to fend for yourself, right?
I love that. Love that.
That was that. And then I gained a love for food, as you can see. But no, it was it like I say, it also became a mechanism in order to draw women in. To be honest,
it works.
And it worked.
It works. That's why I said, out of all those things you named,
the
one that set you apart.
It was two things. It was two things that really catapulted me well beyond my capabilities, let's say. I had my own place and I could cook.
That own place is a game changer too.
Oh, that was huge.
That's a huge game changer, but women are lenient as long as you have your own space to entertain. Mm-hmm. So if that meant you got a hotel room, we didn't care as long as there was a designated space for us to do what we wanted to do.
And ain't nobody going to interrupt.
Nobody's going to interrupt. You're not going to have a little kid like, hello. You're not going to have mama walking down the steps.
Right.
You're going to have granny, barging in, or your brother. Right. So just having your own designated space is a game changer. But that cooking one, because what are you doing? Essentially, you're lightening our load. Because we're expected to have dinner on the table and it be hot. To have a man say, I got this tonight, you're like, what? And it's not spaghetti. It's not ramen noodles.
Right.
With the little fake peas and the fake corn.
Hey, yo.
I'm like, wait a minute. We're not having oodles or noodles?
No.
We're not having lean cuisine?
Yeah.
We're not having lean choice? So.
And that's the negative side of the situation, Trees. She said, I had one who could cook and clean, but he had to because he sucked in other areas.
Latrice, what are those other areas out of curiosity?
You messy.
I'm curious because for me, cooking and cleaning, I will overlook a lot of stuff. There's only one or two areas where you're bad at, where it's like, I don't care what you're good at. If you're not good at those things, you might as well toodaloo.
Messy, yo. Messy. We're going to move on, you know?
Okay. Trace, we'll talk offline, girl. Yes, whoo.
Oh, God. No, he was a cheater. Ah, yeah.
He was He's a cheater? Oh, yeah. See, no. Yeah. No, but there are some people, when you are a cheater, pumpkin eater, they got the coins.
And that's the thing. They feel like they got the options. They got the coins.
With the way this economy is going and the way this is going.
And I feel like it's a little off topic, but it was, oh God, his bedroom play was excellent.
Baby, you will overlook a lot of things, okay? You will overlook a lot of things. If that is popping,
yo.
You're like, what? You did what?
I didn't see anything. Well, I saw that little thing, but I'm
But if that was bad, please, out the door.
Well, no, I mean that leads into a whole nother show as far as like, people who have options. You know what I'm saying? Like women want, some women, I would say some women, they want, especially nowadays, they want the man to have the bag, right? You gotta be this, you gotta be that, you gotta have X, Y, Z. You don't even care how you look as long as you got the money. They're not bringing anything to the table because, quote unquote, they are the table, whatever, right? If you'll realize when dealing with someone of that caliber that they have way more options than you have, because money grants access. Access gains power. Power gains respect. Respect, you get admiration, right? Yeah. So there's always going to be somebody that's going to try to make a play, right? And if that person is in the space of they're looking for the next best thing, and then they got the option, they got the money, of course they're going to choose the next best thing, right?
Can I add something to that though?
Go ahead.
Money is power when it comes to men, but the other element that has men in positions where they can have multiple options and get away with it is their phallus.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That penis.
Yeah.
We're adults here, right? At Dating University, we are adults. If you have a golden penis that is marvelous in the bedroom, if you have lingual skills, right? If you have,
you're a cunning linguist.
Yes. I'm trying to keep it PG-13 because kids could be watching this. You never know. If your child, cover your ears. But if you have a good bedroom technique, that also equals power.
It does.
Because that soul tie will have a woman overlooking a lot of things. You could have no money. You could be the one with the house, the cars, and next thing you know, you have a dependent. You have a grown dependent. But as long as he can keep those legs in the air, you don't care. Okay.
You know, it's funny, you know, when we're talking about, you know, where this pressure is coming from. You know, and we see it in movies, we see it in videos, we see it in social media, you know, relationship goals, couple goals, all these other things. I'm reminded of this one woman that I dated, and I thought that everything was good. We were in a good pace. And but the only thing was, she noticed that all of her friends were getting engaged, they were getting married, they were having babies, and she turned to me and was just like, "We need to fast forward this." I'm sorry, why? Why do we need to fast forward this? Like, this doesn't make sense. You know, like we're on track, like we're good. I'm not saying it has to have a definitive timeline.
Yeah.
But we were already at a really good pace, right? But then when I put the pause on it, I was just like, because at that time I was understanding of my work, I was understanding of my time, I was understanding of what it is that I was looking for, and I knew that I was not going to be pressured into anything that I knew I wasn't either ready for or it didn't make sense. And you know, she got upset, and I like, hey, I get it. I get that you're upset behind this. So, but I can't be. I'm not going to be pressuring into something, and then like 2 years later down the line, I can't stand you. Well, you can't stand me because I'm not perfect. I know, especially then, I still had a lot of shit with me. I know I did. Like, so I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it.
Sure.
But I was definitely in a better headspace of knowing, like, okay, I'm not gonna, just take no wooden nickels. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, it's like where else, like, where like, why do we have this pressure? Why do we? I mean, I get it. We see it in movies and all that other stuff. Like, why do we continuously fall for it? What's your opinion on
that? I think it just boils down to our very beginnings. You know, you look at, the Bible and what it speaks about a man needing a woman, and it's speaking about marriage. You look at, a lot of our TV shows, mom and dad married, children. So it's this need for a lineage, marriage for a lineage, for the future, to be fruitful and multiply. I feel like that is just pushed down our throats, and we get it from so many avenues. It's like a rite of passage that makes you an adult, essentially. You go to school, you get a high school diploma. The ideal is to go to college or to do something that generates income. What is going to come next? There's a next.
Love, income's marriage.
Right. You make money so that you can attract a partner.
A partner.
And then with the partner comes love, like you said. Then comes marriage. Then comes children. Think about it. When you graduate from high school, what do people ask you? They say, congratulations. What's next? Okay. You go to college, or you don't go to college. You get a job. Okay, that's cool. What's next? You let's say you get into a relationship. You think the questions stop there? All right, what y'all doing? Y'all know y'all when you go to family functions and y'all been dating for a while. Now what y'all doing?
What y'all doing? Y'all playing around. Y'all playing house.
Y'all playing. Okay. Then you get married. So you think that the noise is gonna die down.
Hell no. When you gonna give me some grandbabies? When I'm gonna get some grandnieces and grandnephews? And
what's next? Notice how the noise tends to die down a bit when you have at least 2 or 3 kids. Because when you have one,
it's just like,
you don't want another one?
You gonna stop?
Right. That's when you can say, all right, you've arrived. So you mean the meaning of life is to get married and have kids, and that's when life ends? I've met and I know people that are legitimately happy, uncoupled, and with no children. And when I say they're living their best life,
let's talk about the
none of the questions faze them. They are so solid and secure in their answer. It rolls off their tongue. You didn't want to get married? No. Yeah. You didn't want a kid? You didn't want to have kids? No. I love people like that are so content with the life that they have. They're not aspiring to be what you ask me. Right. They're not aspiring to be what people tell them that they need to be. They do what they want. I love that.
Yeah, they're choosing their destiny rather than choosing a partner.
Because who's to say that if I do get a partner, I'll be happy? There are some people that got pressured into pain and are miserable. Absolutely not.
So let's talk about it. What non-traditional relationship status, e.g. cohabitation, single by choice, no marriage, do you think should be normalized?
Do I have to pick one?
No, I mean, no. I'm just saying this is what.
No, it would have been, if you said yeah, I would have been like, okay, I'll pick one. But I want whatever makes that individual happy to be normalized. Right? That's what I want normalized. If I had to choose one, I think I'm gonna go. I know I'm gonna get some looks with this one, but I'm gonna go with this one. I think cohabitation needs to be normalized.
No, for real.
I'm gonna have to. Y'all can give me, look, church folk, y'all can throw y'all Bibles at me. You can throw your rocks, but this economy does not allow for people to be single and thriving anymore.
Yeah.
It does not allow for people to be single. Sometimes cohabitation is an economic choice that allows people to just be able to live comfortably.
Yeah.
To be able to live. I've seen so many roommate situations
that thrive.
I've seen so many boyfriends and girlfriends choosing to live together. You have one person paying $2,100 in rent, another person paying, $1,900. Why? There are people that say, why don't you just go to Justice of Peace and get married? What if they just don't want to get married and just want to live together for the financial gain, y'all? I don't want to force marriage onto anybody. Marriage is more than just going to the courthouse. It's more than it's a lifestyle change.
Right. Because it's a lot that goes with it. It's a lot that goes with it because, you get the ones who, there are a few schools of thought. There are people who have these lavish weddings and have tumultuous marriages. And then you have the ones who have small weddings that have flourishing marriages. But where are the ones in between where it's just like, we're good. Mm-hmm. Like, we're good. Like, I trust her. I trust him. We're good. We don't need the government to be inside of whatever it is that we have. Mm-hmm. We don't need to be beholden to, some theological and religious, aspects to just love each other.
Yeah. The cohabitation gets the most looks. That's why I chose that one.
Yeah.
If you meet someone that says single by choice, it's like, okay, cool. If you meet someone that doesn't ever want to get married, it's like, okay, that's cool. But if you meet someone like, oh, I live with my boyfriend, or I live with a guy, it's like, huh? Yeah. But y'all, like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, I
think saving money. It could be we just want to live together. Like, you just don't know. Mm-hmm. I mean, here's the thing. I have yet to see, and if you can prove me wrong, outside of living with my mom, I don't think I could live with a girlfriend. I have not seen that dynamic work.
No, I've always lived by myself. If I wasn't in a relationship, I'll always live by myself. I don't think.
I've seen guys work it out, though. I have never seen two women live together and it be harmonious the entire duration.
No, y'all horrible to each other. I've never seen it. I will never not say that.
My mom always told me, Brett, if you want to keep your friends, don't live with them. And I tell you. I almost did once, and we had a falling out over me choosing not to live with them. So I knew, oh my gosh, if I lived with you, we would have fallen out. But hi, Kristen, you're never late. Let me tell you something. With Dayton University, you're never late.
You are never late.
You can watch this show next week, and you're still on time. That's the beauty of enrolling here with Dayton University. You are never late.
Exactly. Shout out to Coffee and Tea. I cannot wait for their episode tomorrow, Coffee and Tea After Dark, which means Dayton University has to have a DU After Dark. What?
You can't do that? Can you do that?
What?
There you go.
Okay. So yeah, I want to get to a couple more questions before we get up out of here, right? Okay, so, and this is for the audience as well, so y'all can comment and give y'all answers to this question. Have you ever felt the need to lie or exaggerate about your relationship status to family or friends? And if so, why?
Unfortunately, I've done it. Yeah.
Word.
I've when you have exes that move on before you do, and you're like, what the hell? Sometimes you gotta overhype your next person to make them more legitimate than what they really are, just for the sake of not looking like your feelings are hurt. I've done it not for friends, but for Facebook. Not for family. I had to break the front for social media so that I didn't portray that I was really hurt. I didn't really like the men. I just was hurt that my exes had moved on before me. And trust, I didn't want them back. I just didn't want them to move on before I did. That's being honest.
Mm-hmm. I have been on both sides of that coin. And both times were not fun.
Yeah.
Especially being used. Like that really wasn't fun. That really wasn't fun.
Yeah.
But even on the side that I did, the other person was unaware of, you know what I'm saying, that I had exaggerated where we were in order to, you know, save face. Because I had already introduced, you know, them to, you know, some really close people in my life. But I knew that it wasn't going to go no further than what that was, because it was just like, she was toxic as hell.
Ooh.
She was toxic, bro. And it was during that weird space in my life when I was young, and that toxicity was like, like, I was enamored by it. I was like, oh, you crazy, and I love that shit. I
love that.
But I had to do that. So yeah, I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of doing what I did. I'm definitely not proud of being on the receiving end of that, because it's only a few people who know how that whole situation went down. Because I was like, oh, I'm taking this L in private. I'm taking this L in
sometimes
there's no one. Listen, make privacy great again. The hell with America. Make privacy great
Bring
again.
Back discretion for sure.
Bring back discretion, like
bring back a touch of shame as well.
A touch of shame. Okay?
Yeah, I read some of my Facebook posts from like 2014 to 2016, and I'm like,
I'm cringing. Like, I'd be like, I scroll past it so fast. I'm like, oh,
I know, seriously. I'm like, I know that wasn't me. Like, I know y'all ain't let me post that and really like go about my day. I know y'all ain't let me do that. I go and look at who liked my status. Like, you're not a friend.
I'm like, you was an enabler.
You're right. You're not a friend. No, seriously. Oh my gosh. Cringy.
Super cringy. Oh, super cringy. Kristen said Thanksgiving used to irk me until I started not to care. Family always asking when I'm getting married.
Oh man. Patrice, I'm thankful. My family never did that. I'm so thankful. That's the only thing I can say. You know, I hear about people saying, oh, you bringing this person to family picnic or family function, it's awkward. My family never pressured me, and when I would bring someone, I think Derry was the first guy I truly brought like around everybody.
Yeah, no cap.
Family, for me, family is very sacred. I had one ex that was so mad that my grandmother had a party for her, I think her 89th or 90th, and he wanted to come. Absolutely not. Granny is sacred. My mom, sacred. All of my family, sacred. So to bring you around them means that I value you as sacred.
Yeah.
You're more like temporary. I knew when I started with you that I was not going to end.
Yeah, no cap. Like,
I'm like, you know, you're gonna make it about 6 months. I'll give you 6 months. So I don't want to be that one that brings a new man around my family every holiday.
Year. Yeah.
So I said, when I bring a man around my entire family, that's the one I'm going to marry. And I kept true to my word.
I think that happened to me one time, and I think that was like the last time I had bought someone around my mom.
Do I know this person?
No.
Did I know of this person that you took around here?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just. I came. I was like, "Hey, Ma," this, she was like, "Oh, is this what you?" Oh shit!
She said the wrong name.
Ooh, nigga. I was like, "Oh, no. That won't happen again."
Yeah, another reason why no,
that won't happen again.
Yeah, because if Mama would have called me the wrong name,
promise you.
Eek.
That was a hard lesson learned.
Hard, seriously.
Hard lesson learned.
Very hard lesson learned.
Hard lesson learned. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be in the circle. You gotta be real special.
No, for real.
You gotta be real special to make it to the inner circle. Like, to meet my friends is like.
I don't even think some of them losers in between 2014 and 2017 met my friends. I think some of them were just like, you're just here for the ride.
No. There were some spots.
Yeah,
where,
I was going to introduce them to my.
It was more like a barometer check. You feel me? I needed another opinion to be like.
Yeah, they weren't even that worthy. I knew.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I had the nerve to meet some of their family. Like, now, good and well. We ain't gonna see you this time next year.
Going to somebody else's family's house when you know that person is feeling you, but you know that you are already got your hand on the doorknob.
Maybe my foot.
Hilarious.
Yes, my foot was out the door. My hand, half of my head, my coat, my car keys. It wasn't even like they weren't ugly. I gotta be attracted.
No.
But if my spirit and my soul are not at peace around you, and every engagement is an argument.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting with you every day. I want to fight over who is going to love the other the most. I want to fight over who's going to eat the last piece of food. To fight over dumb stuff every day is draining.
Yeah. Really?
Woe is me.
Okay. Right. I can't. I check out so fast.
I check out so fast. You see how my posture got really relaxed? It's just I was so over it. And I'm like, I don't even care. If you don't call, I love talking to my partner every day. Mm-hmm. I would have a sigh of relief if it got to noon and I didn't see that person's name. I'm like, God, you're shining down on me today. Mm-hmm. But let me feel you, and I'm hear from you by 9:00. Ante Meridian. APB. 9:00 is the absolute latest. You should be up thinking about me. Thank God, and then you thank me. Okay.
Goodbye, Brittany. Goodbye. We're not doing this.
Okay.
We're not doing this.
All right.
Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. I want to do one question for the audience who's listening. All right. So and I want to hear from the audience. What is one thing that is not a spouse that makes your life feel truly complete and happy right now? How do you feel, Brittany? What's the one thing that's not your husband that makes your life feel truly complete and happy right now?
What is the one? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's hard, right? It's a hard thing question.
That's a long story, but I'm gonna go with Good House.
Oh, yeah.
I'll explain it later. It'll come out and maybe in a later show, but
no cat. That's
Good House. Good House. Yeah. Truly complete.
Tree says quiet time.
Yes.
Especially with them.
That's.
I can call them because these my babies. Them monsters you got. I know that quiet time is precious.
Yeah. Yeah. A night at home. In the past, like maybe 5 or 6 months, I have been a bit of a recluse in terms of going out with my friends. I'm always with Derry. It's like we're glued at the hip. But take Derry out of the equation, but I just love being at home. Or I love being at a place where I can be peaceful and be myself. I get no satisfaction anymore from lounges or clubs. I get absolutely no satisfaction. The thought of a man oogling and googling over me and deciding whether he'll be nice or not, depending on how flirtatious I am, it just makes me gag. So I prefer nights at home. Or if my friends want to host like a game night, I love game nights. I love things that are off the beaten path. A good, sip and paint, a good beats and bingo, a good candle making class, just something where I can unwind and kind of be with my girls. Gotcha. I don't take that for granted. Gotcha. Yeah. What about you?
Ooh, something that makes me feel really complete and happy that's not my spouse.
Playing a video game?
I love that. I love it. It's such a release. It's such a therapy. It's such a place where I can let out my frustration, especially when I got my guys.
I love that. What do you call yourself?
Huh?
What do you call it? I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Like, I love it. Like they ground me.
Yeah. I love y'all's outings.
Listen, because let me tell you something. We got so tired of seeing our women just come up with a plan and y'all going. I was like, wait, what? Like, what are we doing? Like, we became husbands and fathers, and all of a sudden we can't go nowhere. Like, no, damn that. We gonna go out. We gonna somebody gonna host. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do nothing crazy, but listen, and I love how we hold each other accountable for it, and we like, nah, we gonna get together. I don't care about what you got going on. Telling Mrs. Nah.
I love it. Derry comes home so giddy and so happy and on cloud 9, and he's like, I just had so much fun. And I'm just like, I love that for y'all. And what I love about y'all's brotherhood is what happens at the brotherhood stays at the brotherhood, and I love that for y'all. I have the same thing with my sorors. What happens in my soror circle, it does not leave that soror circle. So I definitely understand the whole idea of like discretion and keeping what y'all talk about with y'all. I love that about y'all.
Tree said, that is what my life is missing. Community just for me. Listen, you have the community here. You can contact anybody in the... Listen, Kristen, meet Patrice. Patrice, meet Kristen. I think y'all share a lot. Y'all share a lot of things in common. Y'all should be cool. That's a community right there. No, I totally get that. Especially with your situation, Trees. Being, a mom and dealing with what you've been dealing with. Like, I get it. You know, you need that, adult time outlet. So, yeah, I would definitely. We need to do that, Brittany. We need to come up with some communities for this for this page, for this podcast.
Sure, absolutely.
Where we can have people to come together. It's not always about having romantic relationships here at the university. It's literally about just having connections with people. We'll tinker with it, and we'll tinker, and we'll try to come up with something. Trees, hit me up. Hit me up. I got an idea, and I think I want you to hit it. I think I want you to head it up. So, just hit me up on the side. All right, so we coming up on an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Loved this conversation that we had. I wish we had more people to come in, because I had a whole lot more. But we can pick this up at another day.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Brittany, any housekeeping thing that you want to talk about? Anything?
I have no housekeeping. Just keep sharing, keep liking the page. If you don't want to buy merch, you can always inbox either of us and say, we just want to be a sponsor. We just want to donate.
Please donate. Because it ain't free.
And even if you don't want to donate money, you could donate, I don't know, if you sell candles, donate a candle. And we will light it in the back so that we can promote you. If you want to donate merch, we will wear the merch on the show. If you want to, if you cater and you want to do like a little shindig, we'll host, and you make a little food for maybe 6-7 people, and then we give your card out, and then we use you for future events. But let's network. Let's network, okay? That's all I have. I love you all.
That's it. We need a better community that wants to do more than they don't want to hang out no more. Oh, okay. We're gonna work on that. I got an idea, and I think it'll be cool.
Yeah.
We're gonna work on that. Oops, I did something really weird. Okay. You know what I really want? I need an intern. Okay. I need an intern. Somebody that can work the board. Someone that can teach them how to work the stuff on behind the scenes. You can be a teenager that want to get into social media content creation. But if you know somebody, hit me up, please.
Gotcha.
Bring them on. I will teach them everything I know. That way I can be fully engaged in the conversation. Yep. I'll be telling my wife that all the time. I was like, man, I feel so disconnected sometimes from the conversation.
Yeah.
Because I'm like working everything in the background.
Yeah.
But yeah,
sometimes, I like to watch it on my phone because I'm not wearing my glasses. And when I don't wear my glasses, y'all, I can't see. So I cheat and use my phone.
It is what it is, man. A view is a view. I ain't mad at it.
A view is a view. Okay. A view is a view.
All right, y'all. We want to thank y'all for joining us this evening. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come hang out with us and talk about the pressures and lessons of trying to find the one.
Yeah.
We understand that around this time of the year, it can get really, really hard dealing with family, dealing with friends who are, seemingly in good relationships and happy, and they're booed up and everything. But if you're single, even if you're in a relationship and you're lonely, don't feel so much pressure. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy the moment. Take the bits and pieces that are good and amplify it. Don't be locked into a space of you got to compete or you got to have someone to shut people up. It's not necessary. I'm looking at my notes because I wanted to make sure I have everything. Oh, yes. What I wanted to say was, remember, your love story is yours to write, no one else. And with that, we'll see y'all in 2. Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.